welcome to episode 15 of Postcards and Beyond. We are fast approaching the end of August with a star-struck lineup. He believes in revolutionizing the hospitality sector, namely the hotels and restaurants. He believes in embracing technology across these sectors, not just to optimize performance, but generate better quality experiences and processes. Please welcome the one and only Dheeraj Chadha. Hi, Dheeraj. Welcome to Postcards and Beyond. How are you?
Thank you, Bhavni. I'm well. Thanks for having me here.
Excellent. No, it's a pleasure having you here. Dheeraj, I'm going to get straight to it. Tell us all about My Menu UK and why it is a must have for all restaurants, bars, and cafes.
Thank you, Bhavni. A little bit of background on My Menu. My Menu started out in the Middle East in 2018, pre-pandemic. It's owned by a business partner of mine who used to work for Oracle and the 𝗿𝗲𝗃𝗁. He started this because he's found out, as he's a restaurateur, he found out what's the biggest, most difficult thing for a restaurateur: staff. Keeping staff in their restaurant is the most difficult. So he started this digital menu thing because he doesn't have to retrain staff every time on the menu, because after a few months they leave.
Yeah.
So he started this. I joined forces with him to take on the UK and European franchise and possibly the US franchise in the middle of the pandemic in August 2020. I was looking for something different and this came across my way and I was thinking, why not? The UK and the European market needs digital menus. It's the way of the future. Let's try it out. In the first 3-4 months, we had a lot of publicity and we had about 100 restaurants sign up. Then the second round of COVID came and most of these restaurants went away and they've never either reopened or they've closed permanently, or if you contact them now, they're not interested because on the restaurateur's mind, they want to recover some of their losses, but they don't seem to understand. They use My Menu to recover some of their losses. So My Menu is, in essence, it's a self-managed menu subscription platform for the restaurant. So it has a QR menu, it has an online menu, and it has a menu which can be used on the iPad. So that's 3 menus in one service. We are currently in about nearly 5,000 restaurants around the world.
Wow.
So majority of them are in the fast paced world of the Middle East and Asia Pacific. The West is lagging behind, as they always, with all SaaS related software. It takes a lot to, the West is very slow in acclimatizing and learning about new stuff. So as you can see with this also, it's taken a long time. Currently, only in the UK, we have about 16 restaurants using the solution post-pandemic. I'm adding restaurants every day. We offer free trials here in the UK to try it out. After the first 2 months of free trial, we only charge £24 a month. As you can see, it's very little. It's less than £1 a day for a restaurant.
Yeah,
it's nothing. Yeah. It's nothing for them to use the menu. It's hygienic. So no one has to have laminated or paper menus running and keeping around, or photocopying with food stains on them. So having a contactless QR menu sitting on a table where the customer comes in, scans the QR code, sees the menu on their phone, they can actually place an order on their phone, pay on their phone, using the payment processing facility for the restaurant. And straight away it goes to the kitchen and prints out a kitchen, saves the restaurant, 1, having staff to just take orders, 2, most importantly for the customer, not waiting for a waiter to come and take their order, which is the bane of most customers. Just waiting to just take your order. You could be waiting there half an hour and no one's taken your order yet. So here you can order yourself and the food you just, so it saves time, saves money. It's got a lot, and it only costs £24 a month. It's a no-brainer, but educating restaurateurs to take it on board is a slow process. It's it's not easy, even though we've got big names like Nando's using it in Saudi Arabia. We've got Hell's Kitchen, Gordon Ramsay's Hell's Kitchen using it in Dubai and Macau. We've got Pizza Express, we've got Gourmet Burger Kitchen, we've got all a host of Wagamama's, host of brands using it, but majority of them outside Europe. So, so getting that in, that is my mission, to get all restaurants on board. And it's a slow process, but I believe once we take off, we will take off. And no doubt there is competition. There are other companies doing similar products, but what our difference is that we have food videos embedded in our menus. So people eat with their eyes. If I walk, if as a restaurateur, I want to sell them the highest ticket item on my menu for any customer walking in. So using food videos, we help the restaurants sell that high ticket item. And we've got stats to show that it actually helps restaurants sell higher ticket items up to 30%. So that's 30% increase on revenue for a restaurant year on year. That's a lot of money compared to just the £24 you got to pay for the service.
Yeah.
So, I mean, when I approach a restaurant, I tell them all these things, it's still, they don't get it until they actually see the product in action. So if I was thinking as a customer, today I walked into a restaurant thinking I'm going to have chicken, but then I see a nice lobster dish and I see it on video and I see it being cooked and I'm saying, then I forget about the price. And I just think, I want to have that today because people eat with their eyes. It's very important. It works. We're all human. It works. It's basic human nature. And this menu actually uses it to, in a way, for the restaurateur, it helps them exploit that. And gives good value. So I think that's why I got into this game. I'm not giving up. I'm going to keep on hitting it. We do take on restaurants and our name goes bigger and bigger. Yeah. We will hope to be the leader in the UK and Europe for my menu.
Yeah, touch wood, you'll get there very soon because I have seen your my menu presentation, and it's amazing. I think all restaurateurs should get on board and get that, especially the hygiene side of it. I think
yes, especially the hygiene side of it. We never know. I mean, even without COVID, it's hygienic to have something where you don't know who's passed around and whatever it is, and most people don't wash their hands. So it's all hygiene, isn't it? You touch a menu and then you're eating with it. So you've got to think about all these things, but people don't think about these. Yeah. Maybe with this, once they see this today, they'll start thinking about it. Oh yeah, it actually makes sense.
I hope so. I hope so. So tell us, Dheeraj, with the world slowly returning to normal, what do you think are the key challenges the hospitality sector faces, and how can we overcome those challenges? At least, how can they prepare for them?
I think hospitality has been through a rough turmoil for the last 18 months. We had in the UK, we had about 200,000 restaurants going into pre-COVID. Now, about 25% of them have closed, never to reopen again. They just, once they couldn't pay the rent, the restaurateurs were forced to shut it. And now they just can't be bothered and they've gone and done different things. Yeah. So that's, in a way, maybe we had too many restaurants and that helped. Get rid of the smaller ones who didn't really do much. But I mean, it's a loss of revenue and it's a loss of big revenue to the public and big revenue to HMRC here in the UK. And the government makes a lot of money from hospitality. UK is one of the main hospitality centers of the world. People fly from all over the world here to eat in restaurants because we have food from all over the world, because we have people living here from all over the world. But now it's changed the whole centers. You walk down your high street, you'll see restaurants shut. Yeah. It's affected the high street because restaurants are part of the high street. As with the retail world, the hospitality world's been hit. Bars and pubs have been hit really bad. The chains have been hit. You see Frankie Benny's go down, Carluccio's go down here. Yeah. It's really been hard here, and I don't think it's going to get any better. I see the furlough scheme coming to an end in September. I see a lot of people out of work, especially in the hospitality industry. Restaurateurs who have been paying their staff on the furlough scheme now. There's no more money coming in. So these people involved in the industry for 20 years, that's what I've been doing, whether I've been a waiter, I've been a chef, I've been someone selling as a supplier, selling into the restaurants or the hotels. What do I do now? This is all I've known. I don't want to do now. On the other side, we also are involved with selling as a supplier, selling to the hotels. And we've seen hotels go down. I mean, used to be big chains go down. They do not exist anymore, chains like that. You'll see more collaboration between the bigger boys on top to consolidate what they have and come up with just a couple of brands which are going to be ruling the world. Marriott's ambition was always pre-pandemic to rule the world. They have over 1 million hotel bedrooms. But now Accor has eating up. Accor is a French hotel company. Yeah. They started off as a very small back in the 1980s, 90s. Now they've accumulated nearly 750,000 hotels. They're about to take a launch on one of the big boys in the rumors go around. And if once they take over one of the other big boys, they'll be the biggest hotel chain in the world. That's the ambition. Everything's going to be consolidated. I see even other chains who come up are consolidated, but there's always, post any big major change in the world, there's only people who pick up the pieces and do well. Restaurants like 𝗵𝗲𝗵𝗶𝗵 has done extremely well. In the last 2 years, they started off from one thing. They've got 60 restaurants here in the UK. They're about to open 40 restaurants in UAE. We are now talking to them about becoming also taking on my menu. So that'd be a good thing. You see my menu with all of 𝗵𝗲𝗵𝗵 restaurants, hopefully in the future. But these are the sort of partnerships you want to work. People have taken and started these small little niche chains and taken advantage of the situation and have done well. Yeah. So with all bad things come good things. I think hospitality industry is going to change dramatically. There's a new start in September. The first events for the last 2 years are going to happen here in the UK. The Hotel 360 Expo in Excel and the restaurant show in Olympia. My menu is going to be there at both of it, whether we're there as a stand or we're walking around, just trying to gauge and we'll see whether there'll be an appetite for people to come back to events, come back visiting face-to-face as opposed to having everything on Zoom, whether there is an appetite to do business face-to-face and all. I believe there is, but a lot of people still feel very unsafe. So it's all about, and hospitality is a face-to-face business. It's not a business that we conducted on Zoom. Yeah, I mean, I see delivery partners have done really well. Deliveroo has launched now and done really well. It's on the share market, and its shares taken a beating initially, but it's come back because that's the way of the future. People want good food delivered to their home, and I don't want to pay a delivery charge. So you see all these companies coming out offering deliveries and restaurants forced to take on their platform, paying the restaurant. So I'll give you an example. Deliveroo charges 30% to a restaurant every time they use their platform to delivery. If you use my menu to do the same thing, it'll cost 0%. Doesn't cost the restaurant anything. Can you imagine a restaurant, you charge the customer 100 pounds, your profit is 50, you pay Deliveroo 30, you make 20 pounds out of the 100. And then before you add on any other costs or whatever. So basically you're making nothing. Whereas you use the same thing, get the customer, instead of you delivering, get the customer to come pick up from your restaurant, use our platform, the 50 pounds profit is yours. No,
there's a lot of way of looking at, isn't it, for a restaurant?
Yeah,
but,
yeah, I think the delivery partners are, and people ordering from home, it's ever going to increase more and more and more. I even bought shares in Deliveroo myself, so always look at the competition and see what they're doing.
Yeah. Moving on. I know you are a very well-traveled person. So what was your last holiday like?
My last family holiday was in 2018. The wife always wanted to see Niagara Falls. That was phenomenal. We actually went to the falls, went on the boat ride, which in the middle of the falls got extremely wet, which is part of the process. Yeah. We loved Canada. We took a drive to the States. It was a great family holiday. But in my traveling, the last time I traveled pre-COVID was to Vegas in January 2020, for a show, Consumer Electronics Show. It's the biggest consumer electronics show in the world. I might be going in January 2022 when it happens again. I've been to Vegas 43 times. It's a place I love. I enjoy Vegas. It has everything you need. It may not be great as a family per se holiday, but it's a holiday. I had an office in Reno, so I spent a lot of time in Vegas, which is about an hour away. So that's my thoughts. I mean, I've traveled the world, so I could name a place where I haven't been. I'm not, so that's a little bit of my travel history.
Excellent, phenomenal. And just like that, we're in the last part of this episode. Now, this part of the segment is where we'll play a speed round. Not too much thinking. The first thing that comes to your mind, one-word answers. What was your childhood dream job?
Okay, my childhood dream job was to be a pilot.
Very nice.
And I actually started with my lessons. I did my PPL, which is private license. I started it, but I didn't finish it. You need 20/20 vision to see I wear specs to be a pilot. But I mean, I always dream of, because I think it was great to travel the world for free. So why not?
Why not? So what is something you're most knowledgeable about other than the usual?
I used to be I used to be a Mensa member. General knowledge was my forte. I used to always go into general knowledge sort of competitions and sometimes even win them. So I love general knowledge. I love reading. I love learning about different things. And when I have spare time, I read. Also, I mean, I spend a lot of time learning about different things. I've started learning Mandarin. I've taken on different languages. I'm starting the next language I take on is German.
Oh, nice.
So that's what I saw. I try to accumulate as much knowledge. I think knowledge is power.
Yeah, of course. Being multilingual is always helps.
Yeah.
Have you ever done anything extreme like skydiving?
No, the most extreme thing is flying a small little plane up with a pilot next to me. That's the most extreme thing. I've not done skydiving, but I've actually, me and my wife have taken a helicopter, landed in the middle of the Grand Canyon by ourselves, which was, I think, I felt really scared because you're middle of nowhere. If anything happened, no one will be there to catch you. We got the pilot and me and both of us, that's it. And we had a picnic there. And lucky we managed to take off. But I haven't done anything great like skydiving. Maybe in the future, I'll see.
Excellent. What is something you wish you could change in today's world?
I think poverty, especially with children. I do a lot of charity work with children's charities, especially with aid to Africa, that sort of things close to my heart. I don't like seeing children suffer. That's something that affects me dearly. So I try to get involved with UNICEF and all the other stuff as much as I can, and keep on donating. And especially now with what's happening in the world, try to help what's going to happen in the future. Yeah. Excellent.
What was your favorite subject in school?
Maths. I was told that's why I turned out to be an accountant. Maths was very, I don't know why, I just like maths. A lot of people hate maths. I actually like that. I can actually think aloud and come up with answers in my head. I don't need a calculator. Don't test me.
Okay. If you had to pick any movie character or actor to portray you in a documentary about your life, who would it be and why?
Well, Star Wars is one of my favorite movies. Harrison Ford is one of my favorite actors. So I know he's much older than me. So I would love to have him portray me as my life. I like science fiction, anything to do with science fiction. So any science fiction character would be great. Star Trek, Star Wars, any of those things would be great.
Excellent. What's your favorite dessert?
Oh, you got me off. What's my favorite dessert? I like blueberry pie.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, like rhubarb, any sort of pie, not apple. That's random. Any sort of rhubarb pie, even a carrot pie, any sort of pies. I seem to like pies, especially in American type pies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I spend a lot of time eating that. So that's why my favorite dessert.
Nice. And what is the best piece of tech you own?
Best piece of tech I own. Don't really own. I have an Apple 10. I have a new iPad. I don't have really much tech. I have mine at home, which is new. But if I can afford it, I always want to have the best new phone.
Yeah.
I also like watches. I like
Oh.
collecting new watches. I mean, my ambition is to have the Rolex Navigator, which is one of the best watches in the market. But my menu needs to take off before I do that.
It will do, definitely. What has been the highlight of 2021 for you?
2021. So I've got a few other businesses currently doing. We're about to launch 2 of our businesses on Amazon. Getting it to this point to launch on Amazon has been a great journey. I hope it takes off because I see the way of the future is to have a business where you can earn incremental revenue. So that's been great, and it's taken a while to get there. So 2021, hopefully we'll launch, and let's see how life treats us and goes forward.
Definitely, definitely. Yeah, touch wood, it all goes in our favor. And lastly, what comes to your mind when you hear venture beyond?
Oh, travel, luxury spots, new experiences. I think taking it further than anybody else has. And we want to do something different. We want to travel somewhere different. I know growing up, I always thought there was a location called Timbuktu. I said, where's Timbuktu? But it doesn't actually exist. But imagine there was something like that. You've been there and no one else has been there.
Yeah.
I mean, I've had thoughts of going to Greenland. Not many people have been to Greenland. Why would you want to go to Greenland? But hey, it's something different. And maybe you can organize that, Bhavni.
That's it.
Get me to Greenland.
Take you out of your comfort zone there.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, that was the last one. That was so much fun, Dheeraj. Thank you for being with us.
No, thank you for having me.
No, it's a pleasure for us. Guys, My Menu UK is a must for all restaurants, bars, and cafes. Please check it out and get all the restaurant connection to trial this brilliant solution. I'll see you all next week for the August finale. For now, bye to everyone. And once again, Dheeraj, thank you very much for being with us on Postcards and Beyond. You have a lovely weekend.